All right.
Top of coach.
What's
Oh,
going
you
on,
can.
Coach?
How you doing, man? How y'all doing today, man?
Man,
Doing
can't
good. How
complain.
you, coach?
Man, another day, man. Another day, man. Time going fast. Just get this the time of year where get a lot of people inquiring about all season training, and I get a lot of ninth grade and JV kids. I ain't really starting, and just need some help adjusting. All the other kids I got, they're pretty much gonna go make a deep run in the playoffs, so they be really locked in. But it's that time of year. Just try the all season coming up soon.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother.
There you
Well,
go.
Coach, before we get going, I think my boy Nas froze today. I got to give you your official intro, brother. I did a little research, did a little digging, nothing too
Okay.
crazy, but nonetheless, Coach Kevin McGowan, you know what I mean? Creekside High School graduate, couldn't find your
Eastside
class,
High School, man. Class of '02, man.
class of 2002. Left there, went on to Western Carolina University, played for the
Carolina
Denver
University.
Broncos.
Yeah.
Now he's come back
And
home
Denver Broncos and the Giants.
and the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Two-time NFL player, you know what I mean? So came back home now, you know what I'm saying, is putting his hands on a lot of, you know what I mean, hands on and training a lot of talent that's coming out. Even train some guys on the NFL level, you know what I'm saying? A right tackle in particular on Atlanta Falcons. I'm sure people had their, you know what I'm saying, their thoughts about that. But coach, you know what I'm saying, we appreciate you coming on and you already told us how you was doing. So as we get started, just talk about you know what I mean, just transitioning from being an NFL player to, you know what I'm saying, to being, I won't say a civilian, but just after NFL play. Let's talk about that transition.
I ain't gonna lie, it's probably one of the hardest things. It's probably the hardest thing to do as an athlete, man. I thank God for having a strong mind and and being very valuable in different phases of life. But it's very hard to make that switch, man. That's kind of like right now when I talk to my guys. You know what I'm saying? I know we talk about money and all this stuff, man, but that stuff don't last long. So like I always talk to them about having a degree with a job that can go out and make some good money. Knowing how you spend, knowing what you want in life, make sure that degree you have is a job where you can show that and enjoy life comfortably with your family and etc. Man. But I'm not gonna lie, it took me about 4 or 5 years to figure it out, man. Like
Mm,
after I finally finished playing, I worked at Delta, I worked regular job, and I always wanted to do something around football and the sport. My degree was in sociology, man. So back then, my mindset was like being a jock. Like I did track in college.
yeah.
I did
08, right?
football. So yeah, yeah. So a lot of guys take that stuff and what I'm saying, they don't really make themselves valuable. They just play football. They half-ass school, and after that it comes to an end. You know what I'm saying? But it was very hard, man. Like I worked in clubs. I ran a club with my one of my partners. I did security, like travel security with one of my good friends and stuff, man. But when I figured it out, man, it was like it was a lot of weight off my shoulders, man. A lot of weight. Money wasn't an issue because me blessed playing football. I was blessed, what I'm saying, to make money and all that stuff. It was just finding something that you wanted to do. And when you play NFL, like you don't want to work for nobody, because the checks are different.
Yeah.
So you oftentimes feel yourself. Some guys get kind of humbled because now you gotta work a regular job. You got somebody nickel and diming you. All those things that come under like working for somebody else instead of working for yourself. So the transition was good, but now now it's like I'm having more fun now than when I did when I played ball, man. Just because what I'm doing now. So God is good, man, for me to find that just hit it and be very good at it just because I went through it and know what it takes. So but it's a hard thing. A lot of guys I know guys now that play ball that haven't really never bounced back. A lot of guys that just lost, and a lot of it is just mental. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like I always tell my kids, like football is gonna hurt your feelings. Besides your mom and your parents, your first love, like football probably gonna be your second love in your life. So you gotta like really. understand like right now when I tell a kid like football gonna hurt your feelings, man. So get prepared for it. So but it was a hard transition, man.
100%. So it was a lot to unpack. You talk about the big switch. You talk about having the most fun you ever had training these kids. So what? Just talk a little more about that process. You know what I'm saying? You went from Delta. You know what I mean? Went to what I'm saying being a bouncer, being secure, traveling security. So like,
And
what did you find that you was like? Maybe I just need to get back to the youth. You know what I mean? What did it click for you?
man, look, when I stopped playing ball, I was working, man, these jobs and stuff. And I just, man, I was going to football games. I'm like, man, I want to do something about football. I want to coach. I want to do something. So started coaching at Discovery High School in Gwinnett County. That's one of my first jobs. One of my good friends, Ephraim Hill. He played CFL. I played against him in high school and he played NFL and CFL. So me and him are real good friends. So we, you know what I'm saying, he got the head coach job at Discovery. And we kind of started it there, man. So I just thought about like training linemen. Like how many people really show attention to offensive linemen? Like it doesn't really happen because it's very hard to teach. There's a lot of science involved with lineman training because you got to bend. A lot of big guys don't want to bend their knees. So I started out like small time. I'm talking about I was giving out free sessions. I was training a dog on the south side, a dog on the park in Fairburn, Cedar Grove Park. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started just getting guys, go on social media, like giving guys free sessions. And, I started on the south side and then I moved myself to the north side where, I was a part of a gym. And that kind of started me just having a desire to like really just like train. Man, Marcus Howard, my D line, my guy that trains the D line and linebackers and the edge pass rushers. Me and him started together. So me and him started the same gym, the same mindset, the same grind. Um, and then it started just picking up. And then once parents kind of see what you do, and once they see their kids' life get better and they understand more in the sports aspect on and off the field, then that's when the parents gonna start spending any amount of dollar to invest in their kid because you making their life, you helping them parent also because that be the hard part is going through the ups and downs of playing, not playing, getting better, the work ethic, working out, doing things you don't want to do. There's some things you don't really think about doing as a young kid and not knowing what it tells in the sport. And got big. I got my first guy. I got one of my first clients, Miles Hinton. He went to GAC. Him and Addison, he went to GAC. They were all Americans. So that kind of like put me at a level like, okay, I had guys, but these guys were the all Americans that everybody wished for and hoped for when they train athletes. So started with them, and then kept on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Um, And man, look, man, now it's to the point where like now it's come to like this year six, and for me training, and I'm think I'm blessed to be right where I wanted to be, as far as like training and how successful you can be training, how what's the impact on people's lives, and how can you pour into a kid. My motto is how can I flip a kid? How
Mm-hmm.
fast can I get you better? How fast can I get you to play better, do better, and just be better? You know what I'm saying? So, um, then it just a lot of guys I train, what I'm saying, kind of like still playing, but like a lot of guys like Lyndon Cooper. He was at Carrollton. Like he was one of my first guys on the south side of Atlanta. I knew his mom pretty good. At the
Mm-hmm.
time, my license was messed up, so his mom was picking me up and we was going to train at Creekside or Langston, at anywhere we could find a spot to train. And this is one that his mom was one of the parents that knew what it took, what I'm saying, with just him and her, and we just hammering the nail again, what I'm saying, like getting better. And a lot of people doubted him also, and he's thriving at Pittsburgh. He's a captain at University of Pittsburgh,
Gotcha.
um, along with some other guys. So it's just been a ride, man.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When
yeah,
so like you know what I mean, we hear about it all the time. You know, players they transition from playing into their next phase of life. It's to be like a lot of dark moments for some people. I'm not sure what it was for you, man, but just I'm saying, how much did I'm saying did the kids just help that transition make it smoother?
I'm a kid.
Yeah, yeah, like help. How much did the kid like? You just talked about impacting the kids. You know what I mean? Connecting with them, connecting with the parent. You get to see them. If you changing their life, like you say, you flipping kids. So, so how
Yeah.
much did that ease your mind to like? You're trying to
Oh
find meaning
man,
in life. Yeah.
man, it was man. It just it feel good because what I'm saying. You're doing right by folks, man. That's how I was raised. And I believe in it. I know people have their ways of doing things, but if you just be fair and treat people right, man, everything I think you be blessed and everything will start coming and you start flipping stuff, man, just because that deed you doing for somebody, what I'm saying, is gonna come back tenfold in your life at some point, man. But like when me getting a lot of feedback from a lot of parents, kind of like, saying telling me how they felt and what was happening, how happy they were, especially when the kid get their first scholarship early in life. Um, it just, it's a feel good moment because the parents start hitting up and talking to you, and then after that, then the parents start spreading the word. Like so, that's kind of like your another way of marketing. Like when parents get together on teams and stuff, the parents are kind of click tight, so they talk in the stands and hey, how is Drew getting better? Who's he working with? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And that's kind of how it just multiply. And but from there, man, but it's a good feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I don't have any kids, man. But I just kind of see and kind of know how hard parenting is, especially dealing with this the sports and sport and academic time, just to put it all together as an athlete, man, and organize your life is. I know it's a feel good moment for a parent because I know I was young and I wasn't a smart kid in school. But my parents kept me grounded, like go to class, do things right, not get in trouble because I had to play on Friday and Saturday and Sundays. So but it helps me. I mean, it help a lot. You know what I'm saying? When the parents give you that feedback, or just anybody, just social media. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like you get the feedback from it, and and then also the college coaches start vouching for you, and when you get that vouch, that's when everything start to like change because everybody initially wants to go to what I'm saying, college and play football on a scholarship. So they help out a lot for me, man, at different schools, all levels. I get a good vouch from some coaches, man. So it's a good feeling, man.
Absolutely. I just want a couple last two questions before I throw it to Naj. In entrepreneurship, you know what I mean? Really an OG and into the training thing. Like when you got into it, really was no market. Just now becoming like, okay, I can charge this for my services. Or how did you navigate? Like, okay, I'm helping you. You know, what I'm saying, you're changing your life, but like, how do I necessarily charge for it? How was that early on in that process?
Man, look, man, I'm a man. I think about. I, I really can't talk about how I think, man. But at the same time, I just feel like I'm from. So I'm from humble beginnings, man. So I done seen money, how to make money. I feel like business is not really something that you need to go to school for. I feel
Mm.
like business is good customer service. It's figuring out ways to hit areas. What area can I market? Um, and of course, sometimes you can have your fee, but sometimes some families and people can't really afford that fee, man. So sometimes I was giving out free stuff. First session free, $25. Then I moved up to 40. Then go to the 50 mark, and I feel like I stood to this day. Now I'm saying I go up. Saying it's like 75 for a session, man. But I'm a type of guy that's not gonna really turn you away by money to train, man, because I feel like that's gonna close my pockets up. You know what I'm saying? Some kids you meet, they got it. They got the size and measurements. They got everything you can think of that a college Power 5 coach won't. So sometimes You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you just gotta front them because you're gonna get the investment back at some point because they're gonna end up giving you a lot of attention because they're getting Bama, Ohio State, Georgia offers. So that initially makes your brand look better and it represent the brand good. But at the same time, like man, you just gotta play with it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't charge everybody. I just can't charge everybody the same, man. I don't want to leave a child behind because of money. I'm gonna work it out. But if I do give you a discount or whatever, I'm gonna force you to like work for me, help you. I might tell the parent, hey mom, give me some more kids. Talk to the
Pearl back.
parents. You know what I'm saying? Just common sense stuff that I feel like works. And for me, I'm the type of guy. My dad was a truck driver, so I don't think for me. I mean, I'm based in Swanee, so I know it's hard to get there. So I train all around the city. You know what I'm saying? All around Georgia, and this is kind of how I also get a lot of kids, just because I put myself in position to meet and greet. And when you go to the country, man, you get a lot more love just because they don't really have too much down there as a city kid. So
Right.
they probably have the most upside just because they don't have the Smith machine. They don't have the sleds to do all the stuff they do, but they raw. So my motto, I'm saying, it's just the money part, man. Like I feel like in training, I feel like you have to have at start out you gotta give some, and I also gotta have something going on to keep your bills afloat. And that's what I did. I worked at warehouse at night when I first started, making good money at the Publix warehouse right here in Decatur, working in the ice cream department, like making good money overtime, and then I was training in the daytime. So you got to get your pride aside and make that thing work. Once I started getting more known, then I started getting out my ways. I started posting more, making more videos, recording more. I could do a better job with that stuff, like hiring somebody, get somebody to do that stuff for me, man. But I feel like I do a good job, a decent job of like putting it out there on my own. Like I'm just a one man band now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just me. So and then you know what I'm saying? Like I just organize it to where it works for me. I'm not saying that it's everybody does the same thing. I don't have a gym of my own, so I don't have to have a lot of upkeep. I just pay rent to the gym, and everybody comes. So it kind of works out in my favor all the time, man. And on the weekends, I kind of like go see my mom and dad in Fairburn. So I always like set up a session somewhere, either Douglasville or Fairburn, somewhere that I can attract a lot of people to come and work and get better as a lineman. And it starts to add up.
100%. It all adds up at the end of the day. Long as, like you said, long as you're affecting the right people, you know what I'm saying? You work with people at the end of the day. You are a psychologist and a trainer all in one. Like I said, last thing I'm gonna throw it to you now. I appreciate you being patient, brother. Let's talk about, like, was there any times, you know what I'm saying, you was at the warehouse, you were like, man, I ain't gotta do this. I used to play NFL, man. I'm like you said, you gotta work on the ego, right? So I'm saying, how did you know what I'm saying,
For
manage that?
sure. Um, Strong mental, man. I don't get
Yeah,
down too long, man. I done been cut, released. I'd have been cut before training camp, picked back up a week later. I've been sent to NFL Europe. I done played arena football. So like
yeah,
being in the sports, man, and going through those things emotionally, man. Like I was always my mom and dad they ain't from America. They from the islands. They from my dad from Guyana, my mom from some Barbados. So like naturally my mental is already strong. I don't have too much sympathy for too much because I done been through I know my parents have been through a lot. I done been through a lot to get to where I am now. So that mental that I was raised with, as far as like just having a routine every day, getting up and going to work every day as a young kid, yard work, cutting trees down, chopping wood, like all that stuff I've done, allowed my mind to like, what I'm saying, be strong enough to like, okay, man, look, gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Gotta figure it out. And not saying that I worked those jobs in the warehouse. I had a degree. I got a degree, but like I just felt like, what I'm saying, like I had to figure it out. I didn't taught school before. I worked as a teacher in the school system already. I didn't work at Delta at the same time. Um, I did stuff like in warehouse working jobs and stuff, just making money and training when I first started. So like it's all about the mental, man. That's why I tell my kids now, like, if your mental not strong, sports is not gonna be for you because the coaches in college are gonna really dog you out. They're gonna demand a whole lot more than what you used to being demanded on. So, sometimes kids like to go the easy route. They want to go to people that want to stroke their ego, tell them everything good all the time. But they want to go to people that's going to be detailed and tell you what's wrong and construct the criticism at the same time. So it was hard, man. But for me, I know things don't last too long in my life just because I know how I move. I know my energy level is up. I know my mind is up. I just know I still stay in shape. The kids keep me in shape because I can't not look the part and be around those kids and try to teach them whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it all works hand in hand with, you know what I'm saying, what I was trying to do. But it was hard, man. But the mental, all mental, man.
100%. Go ahead, Nash.
All right, so obviously, coach, you said mental, obviously coming like from your background. Is there anything, coach, like you just lean on? I know obviously you had great teaching, great leadership from your parents, but do you go somewhere? Do you hit the gym? Do you use a sauna? You know what I'm saying? Do you just be amongst yourself in nature? Like, how do you just kind of have that getaway when a tough moment arises?
Man, for me, getaway, man, go to the gym, put some, look, mama would told me you can't really start the day with that hood music, man. So, I'm the type of guy, I put that gospel on and get that motivation going.
Okay.
So I know my parents be saying, but the music affects your mind, you know what I'm saying? And some you can use it for them, but those things kind of help me out. But weight room, giving myself some me time, getting stretched, sauna, all those things kind of help me out. And going to football games, just getting away. Like for me, getting away is me, like working out. I go get stretched by a trainer named Cree. Y'all need to go follow her. She's at GSP, but she's a trainer, but she stretches all adults and athletes and vice and et cetera. So I get stretched. I go to sweat house, cold tub, sauna, studio, and I just started getting my feet done. So that's how simple, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Man,
I was, you know what I'm saying? That's just what I do, and I watch a lot of film, watch a lot of football. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very simple. I use my out of town trips with my football visits, training for me to use that time when I have downtime to like just go enjoy myself and have fun, man.
100%, coach. Tell us about some of the players you've trained, or just some of the use cases, coaches you've had so far. Just in your career. I know you trained a lot of people. I know you had some successful stories. Just tell us about a couple of those.
Man, look, man, started with Lyndon Cooper, Miles Hinton. He plays for the Eagles right now. He went to Stanford and transferred to Michigan, got a national championship there. Addison Nichols was with Addison and Miles were my two first All American. Addison goes to SMU, played center, starting center. Um, who else, man? Big Bo. I had those like I didn't know what I'm saying. The Big Mike and Larry O, they work with those guys too, but I helped out, you know what I'm saying, sometimes in training. I used to pick him up from his house and go train just to get better, spend time with him. Cortez Smith, he's one of the guys I first started with. I've been with him 6 years since he was eighth grade. He's a center at Georgia, a true freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who else, man? It's so many of I had probably like no, 5 or 6 All Americans the whole time I've been training these 6 years. So I've been
Mm,
blessed. Walt Sinclair, he's at Georgia also from Grayson. Um, the two tackles pretty much a lot of guys at Grayson I train right now just because I know the head coaches and I know some of the coaches on staff. So sometimes they allow me to work with those guys in the off season. They allow me to use they park or they field for me to work with those guys like schools like Parkview, Grayson, Creekside, Langston, Douglas County. I got Big Josh at Douglas County. Um, Big 6'9" kid, offensive tackle. Pretty much the whole Douglas County O line I've worked with, just because
mm,
Coach White is one of my good friends, former coach at Creekside, and he just took me on his wing, and he knows exactly what I bring to the table for like my results and what I do. Um, Gosh, there's so many kids, man, and I travel, so I go to South Georgia. Big tight Casey Millard, he's over there at
He's nice.
Westover.
He's nice.
Uh, Kelsey, I had Kelsey in eighth grade. For B2C, what I'm saying? That's an opportunity I used to do, and that kind of helped me out to get a lot of kids. But the biggest thing I've done is that FBU. The FBU kind of like put me in position, like work with a lot of middle school talent, offensive line, of course, Tyler Ford at Gainesville, Carter Mathis at Gainesville, um, Malachi Dudley at Heritage. These are all going to be big time Power Five linemen at some point. And I just want to talk about the big schools. Um, I got kids going to just regular schools, you know what I'm saying? And they still going to get the opportunity. Cartersville, I'm attached with Cartersville a lot, with Langston Hall. He's a two-lane commit. Uh, Man, I can talk for days, man, but it's a lot of guys I've trained, man, and I've just worked with. It's been fun. Like I need to start writing it down and start
Keep a
just
journal.
keeping a journal. I have a journal, man, but I don't know why I'm going blank right now, man. But I've been attached to probably like 50 to 60 kids in this whole area. It's probably the amount of money they've made in scholarships. You got a kid like what's my guy from Paulding County, man.
Tyreek.
Um, Tyreek, you got a kid like Tyreek. He's going on like he got a lot of offers, but think about a kid that get 50 offers. I probably had like seven, like 11 kids get 50 offers or more, and that can't even count to how much money that was worth. So it's been a blessing for me to like for these guys' lives and and help them out through the process, and just help be successful on and off the field.
For sure. Nah, coach, when they go to college and NFL, you're gonna have to start getting like little posters wherever you at, and then just put them
Nah,
up.
Yeah,
Like, hey, you want
yeah,
to get
yeah.
this good trade? And
I
then
think
show.
this conversation we having right now just kind of like I'm a one man band, so I know I just gotta focus on my next thing is gonna be a website so I can like really detail all that
Yes.
stuff who I work with and the parents can work on, man. But sometimes I be so busy and I try to do my clothing, I try to do the calls, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
Like I gotta call, I gotta answer back. How many
it's
parents
so
be hit
funny.
my phone up? Like it'd be crazy. But also trying to train and try to find different ways to find talent. Like, but it's saying that's my next phase is just getting that stuff written down and so I can like keep tabs of it, man. I know I miss a lot of guys' name, man. I hope nobody get mad at me, man. But it's a lot of kids. Buford, we Buford, talking about Ben, Noah Nixon, Preston. Um, these are all guys I've touched and worked with. Big Paul is at LSU with that's Ben's brother. I work with him. Um, Aiden Bainfield from UNC. I work with him. He went to Mill Creek. These just a couple of kids that I work with, man. And there's so many more. And there's so many more. And I'm starting to find a lot of big eighth graders, man. Like APS. APS has so much talent that people don't know about. Like, but that's just a couple of guys, man.
For sure, coach. And then from that point, just you seeing it, you were successful in the league and obviously in college, and now you're giving back to the community and training them. What, coach? Tell me what's the key, man, to being kind of that elite offensive lineman? Do you got to be a dog? Do you got to have to be able to bend? Do you have to be able to use your leverage against different defensive linemen? What's the key to being an elite offensive lineman? You think?
Man, look, all we doing is creating a play on NCAA or Madden, man. You got to be able to bend. First of all, you got to develop your quads to hold your body weight up. That's the first thing. Like, and the stance holds covers that. Then you gotta work on your foot speed. A lot of guys don't play multiple sports, and this is why basketball guys get offered first as a lineman because they already got quick feet, skinny ankles. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta have that, and I feel like you gotta have a good strong grip. You gotta have you pass the look test. You gotta be able to drop your hips. So that hip drop is It's the same as weight room, hand clean and power clean. You got to be able to re-leverage yourself to get underneath a guy. And you got to have some doggone dog in you, man, because these D linemen are very freaks of nature. So you got to be able to like, okay, look at them, see it, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be hunting it the whole game. So how do you handle being with the gorilla in the phone booth for 4 quarters? You know what I'm saying? 70, 80 plays a game, and that's the strain that college coaches be looking for. You know what I'm saying? You strain. Do you have the finish? Can you be nasty? Can you be smart?
Mm, okay. Period, coach. All right. Let me ask you this, coach. So, obviously, you've trained obviously a lot of great people. So, when you're scouring, you're looking for the next ones to train. Do you get it? Are you getting to a point now, coach, where people DM you saying, "Hey, can you check out this kid?" Or do you have to like kind of reach out or use different sources from coaches that you know? Like, how does your process go when you're trying to find and scout talent?
All the above. I don't care what talent it is. I don't care if it's the D3 talent, junior college talent, Power Five talent, D1, AA talent. It don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has their level of life, and you really can't focus on what somebody else got because you got to get yourself. And it's just like a relationship with a young lady, or just people like what they like. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I don't really like try to pick out. Oh, I can't train him. I'm never gonna turn out a kid. So it don't matter whatever he is. I'm just trying to flip him fast as I can, and then so he can get confidence in practice. It starts in the drills in practice, and it starts with the practice goes to the confidence for the coach to put you in the game and let you and trust you to do what you gotta do. So all the above that you mentioned, I still call, I still text, I get DM, I get parents put me in group chat with other people like, hey, this is such and such. Let's figure it out. Let's work. I'm trying to get the agents to like really like chime in and give me guys to train, and that's gonna be the next phase of my whole thing, like being good enough so I can be like a Quincy Avery to get signed to an athlete's first. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
That's the next step. I don't really want, you know what I'm saying? I know the NIL is going around, and I know everybody want their percentage of stuff, man, but I really ain't got nothing to do with that. If you feel like you want to give me something to reward me, okay, cool. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, they're doing right by these folks, man, and not really looking for something. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? Like, and I get it. Eric, you do whatever you do it. But for me, you know what I'm saying, I know all that stuff gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm putting myself in more position to really like receive all that stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? I still do all that stuff, man. Like I call text, I call coaches about ninth graders, um, head coaches and O-line coaches I have a relationship with. They want me to do camps with schools and stuff. So all that stuff is kind of like is what I do on a daily basis, man. Every day.
Gotcha. Last one, I throw back to Bacon. I want to kind of uncover a little bit, talk about the entrepreneurial mindset a little bit. But coach, I want to ask you. You just said it. You're a one man band. You don't really have a lot of help. You be kind of navigating this journey by yourself. What would be your advice? I mean, me and Bacon, we're kind of the same thing. We partner on this podcast together and several other business ventures. But what would just be your advice? And I want to be honest, coach. I mean, you're African American. I'm assuming. I know you're from obviously the islands and Bahamas. We're African American as well. But just how would you say as a black man, just to be able to navigate this process and be successful?
Man, be professional and be professional and be trustworthy and be consistent, man. That's really it. Like one thing I've learned is like you work for yourself is great, but you're gonna have your ups and downs, man. You're gonna have some time where like, man, you at a standstill and you be like, man, I got this. Like, you gotta just figure it out. You gotta go to Panera Bread. You gotta get your computer. You gotta get your cup of tea, and you gotta really like plan this shit out. Gonna plan this stuff out, man. Like, you gotta plan it out. At working for yourself, you know what is entail. You gotta get your own. Ain't nobody give you nothing, and you got
Nope.
competition. So one thing
And
about
you're nickel and
competition,
down.
man, you can't really look at it. You can't really show it no attention because now you're taking away from what you're supposed to be doing. Like one thing I learned from NFL: never look at another man's check. And I took this phrase to me through business, through training. Like focus on yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to stay innovative. Like what sets you apart from like everybody else? I know for me, my customer service so good, man. Just because I don't work in so many type of situations, like just caring for people, showing that you care, showing that you want to learn, never shutting down your brain on things, man, and really like writing down a plan in a quiet space with you and your partner or whoever, and y'all game planning and then executing the plan. I'm not perfect. There's some things I still have on my plate that I want to do, but just from man to man, consistency, professionalism, and you got to use social media. Y'all know that. Like
Fact.
I'm 41 years old, so me doing the social media thing is different. So like a lot of people recording and you gotta film this and do that, and it's different for me, man. But it pays off. That's one thing about it, man. Like I got one video on TikTok got like 950,000 views. Like so, I'm finding ways as a I guess they call me to like figure it out, man. And, like you know. But no, I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all, like I've seen y'all stuff kind of like get bigger and bigger every year. So I watch, I see it. It comes on my feed now. So you know what I'm
Wow.
saying. Y'all on the right path. So you know what I'm saying. Just keep on finding people to put on your show. They're gonna get a lot of views. I'm starting to get people to tell me like I need to start inviting. I need to start inviting people to like do stuff like this and like podcasts and all that stuff, man. And just get out my comfort zone. Get out your comfort zone, you know what I'm saying? Because that's those are things that are gonna probably really probably hold you back. Like me being on videos and talking ain't really me. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's been working because here I am on my page giving tips out about just regular general tips. And it's creating so much buzz on parents because now the parents are getting informed. The moms and dads, the single moms, they're getting informed about what's going on. So man, keep on doing what y'all doing, man. Keep on game planning and have a plan and be consistent, man. Be consistent.
Nah, 100%. Because I'm about to flash you back. You know what I'm saying? As we, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to take up too much of your time. Before we let you go, you know what I'm saying? The former Denver
Oh,
Bronco, 2005, I believe, was around the time you got there. Hello to Nada. You know what I'm saying? Elvis Dumerville playing for Coach Shanahan, man. You know what I'm saying? Just flashes back to some of those times. I know you got a couple stories
oh
for us.
man, look, man. I was going against like let's talk about the Giants first though.
All
Like
right.
I ain't gonna lie, the Giants,
Yeah.
man, they had Tiki
Right
Barber,
hand.
I had a block Strahan, LeVar Arrington,
Mm.
uh then you got Osimhen Euro. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You got a squad of defensive guys because the year after that they won the Super Bowl. In Denver, man, Sam Adams, D tackle, 360, 70 pounds, can move. I played with Travis Henry was there, Jay Cutler was there. Rod Smith was on his last couple years. But I played with a lot of, you know what I'm saying, O line at Denver was like real legendary because Matt Lepsis, Tom Nellen, Montreal Harlan, all these guys, like, these are vets that kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like really helped me out a whole lot. I played with Bob Whitfield in New York. He was kind of OG. He was like 12, 13 years in at the time, and he kind of like helped me out a whole lot. Right now, he's coaching that O line at Morehouse. So, but it was hard, man. It was hard. It was fun, all at the same time. Um, Going with Champ Bailey and John Lynch, they took us out in the limo to eat. You know what I'm saying? The money they make is crazy. Uh, not them not driving their real car. They get dealership cars
Right.
and they ride those for a couple of thousand miles and they give it back. You know what I'm saying? But all those stories, man, like the nightlife in New York after games, it was different. Denver was kind of a cool, dope city, man. Everything closed early, man. But I made a lot of good friends in these times, man. Some guys I still talk to today. Social media kind of brought everybody close together. So now I'm finding guys I play with, like, man, what's up? What you doing? A lot of guys coaching. You know what I'm saying? So uh, he was a lot of good stories, man. Man, Western Carolina, I had Coach Rule, the head coach at Nebraska.
Yeah, on that rule.
Coach Collins was my head coach from Georgia Tech, the former Georgia Tech. Coach Key, the head coach at Georgia Tech now, was my O line coach. Coach Wade, like a lot of these guys that's coaching right now, I got ties to. Fran Brown, head coach at Syracuse, me and him good friends. Like played with him. So a lot of these things kind of like made me to where I am. Just experiences at times, learning, canceling things out, not doing something again. You know how it is being young, man. But I
Yes,
enjoyed
sir.
it though, man. The experience. I played in NFL Europe. The Broncos sent me to NFL Europe before I reported there. They get better and more reps. So I played for Amsterdam and Berlin. So that experience was dope because I got family in London, and everything in Europe kind of attached. You just take the ICE and your passport, you just ride on out. So it was a lot. That was a good experience for me to learn and see the world, and just be around different cultures and stuff like that, man. But man, time was had, man. I still look back at those things, man. But for some reason, I think it's fun now. Like taking a kid on a visit, you know what I'm saying? Like me and Nick Brooks, he played at Texas, man. He went to Grayson. Taking him to doggone Texas for official visit. They put us in the Four Seasons for 3 days. They pick you
Sheesh.
up, eat. Like it's that's fun. I ain't gonna lie. That's the fun part for me. Like just seeing how the kids get quartered around to make a decision. And I think the parents enjoy it also just because they pick you ain't gotta do nothing. They pick you up, they feed you. You know what I'm saying? You get your drinks if you want to at night, with whatever they got planned for parents and stuff like that. The players go off with the other players, so what I'm saying, you got mixers and stuff. So and you'd be surprised who you meet, man, in these visits, man, from the parents to the coaches to the assistant coaches. Like you'd be
Mhm.
surprised when you meet. So those are all things I use for relationships because you're meeting people. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of good stories, man. But it helped me be the person who I am now, man.
Nah, definitely not. You talked about we're in Europe, and it's kind of like it's a hot topic of what's going on right now today. You got a lot of people moving to Thailand and moving across the waters for a better lifestyle for less money. So, you know what I'm saying, through
Yeah,
your experience, I know NFL was sharing a lot of was carrying a lot of the load, but you know what I'm saying. What do you think about the big migration over to the Eastern world?
man. Look, man. I don't see nothing wrong with it, man. Have a location here, have a location there. I feel like if you have the means and the resources to do it, man, try it. I know some places don't really rock with Americans too much just because that's just the way they are. I get it, but I had a ball. Um, I know some people talking about moving to Thailand. I know, so my mom from Barbados. You know what I'm saying? So like I always talking about going back there, and you know what I'm saying, just it's cheaper. Avocado is probably like 15 cents. You know what I'm saying, compared to here in America, man. But one thing that makes you better, you got to adapt with the times. You got to hustle up, man. Got to hustle up, man. So it's times are different, man. So you just gotta, what I'm saying. I would love to like have a location here and somewhere else just to learn another language, be forced to learn another language. You know what I'm saying, and just see different cultures and eat different foods, and cheaper.
I'm saying, so last couple things, coach. We just need maybe 3, 4, 5 checklists. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was like, I'm about to go to wherever I'm going to tomorrow overseas. And what's like 5 things that they must do or some do not do's on their journey
Overseas,
overseas? Yes, sir.
man. Don't be around yourself and don't be by yourself too late.
All
Cause
right.
just like in America, when you don't have that New Orleans accent, they're gonna find a way to get you. Uh man, watch a cup, watch a drink.
Yeah.
As Americans, in different countries, man, people are watching. You know what I'm saying? Just like you have stuff, just like you have crime and things in America, like people falling to the bank or watching you. People watch you come from the airport with your bags and knowing you brand new and being don't be green. Um, but watch your surroundings. Don't be out too late by yourself. Watch your drink. Just, you know what I'm saying? Cover your drink up. Um, Do's and don'ts. I feel like I feel like you need to. I feel like when you do go overseas, you probably need to look at the history of wherever you at, so you know
Mm,
what to expect and what to do and what not to do. Because I feel like if you learn that part, I feel like you'll adapt better instead of just sticking out. You know what I'm saying? More, even though you don't have the accent and the culture part, but I feel like you need to take a tour of the city and just see what the city's about. You know what I'm saying? How was the city came about? How was it developed and so on. And the next thing is don't eat everything, man, because you ain't gonna your body ain't gonna be immune to it, man. So you know how people don't like curry goat chicken and all
yeah.
that stuff. It's the same way overseas wherever you go, man. So those are five things, man.
100%. Last question for me, coach. You know what I'm saying? It's a little deeper question. You know what I'm saying? Naj now, I think Naj is entertaining a lady. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not here floating around. I'm not old, yeah. I'm still under 30. You know what I mean? You talked about how you don't have any youngins. You got any little rascals running around. So you know what I'm saying? How is that for you? Just any advice for us, you know what I'm saying, as we say into a later life?
What was the question again? I didn't hear you.
Just you know what I'm saying, kids, you know what I'm saying? You don't have any kids, but
Oh
Naj, we
yeah,
want
yeah,
you
yeah, 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 yeah.
under 30, you know what I'm saying? Just how is
Man,
that?
look, man. For me, I was playing sports and I be around. I taught school,
Yeah,
elementary school, first, second, and kindergarten at one point in my life. So I always been around kids. So I never really thought about having kids and stuff like that just because I was around so many of them. And you know, you never know, man. Things may change, man, but don't rush it, man.
is it ever a too late thing or not
It's
really?
never too late if you healthy. If
Yeah,
you healthy, you're eating the right foods and you're doing the right things in your body. Anything can happen. Don't get me wrong. But if the foundation is laid on your life, on how you eat, you know what I'm saying, how you fuel yourself, I feel like you should be healthy, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for me, working out, eating right foods, like I don't eat a lot of bad food. Like I do like Saturday and Sunday get some cookies from Subway. But for me, I cook all my foods and stuff, so I don't know if that affects how healthy you are in that area, but I
definitely.
feel like it does. But just don't rush into it, man, because you know once you have that kid, a lot of things are gonna change from what I saw. You know what I'm saying? Like just be ready and make sure that whoever you have your kid with, and y'all are equally yoked as far as like
Mm,
just on the same page with things, man, because that can tear down your life, it can tear down your business, it can end your business. All right, you know what I'm saying? It could be a lot of ways that can be attacked. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you start getting bigger, put in your parent, mama name, whoever it is, but you always want to protect your brand. And with that, when you protect your brand, some people may feel differently about how you protect it. So make sure from my experience and my homies and people I see, those are things that really know what I'm saying, like really that I really be, you know what I'm saying, make sure I get done, man. So don't rush it, man. Take your time. Y'all guys still young. Like you got a lot of life left. Um, just keep your health right and stay in shape, man. And when you find the right one, you gonna know.
100%. Got any last remarks, Naj? You good?
Nah, I enjoy talking to coach, man. Learning some things for sure.
Nah, 100%, coach. We appreciate you coming on. You know, we tapped in and I'm gonna have to get you on again big time, but nonetheless, we do appreciate your time and the wisdom and the dimes you dropped on us today. Not just us, you know what I'm saying? We got about 330 people in here, so you know, definitely touched the audience tonight, coach.
Oh no, man. I just want to tell everybody, man. Like, man, if y'all follow me on Instagram, Big Coach Kev. Um, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Big Kevin McAlmont, KevinMcAlmont. But if you just put in like big league anywhere, it's gonna come up. And I'm the only big league offensive line trainer there is. So if you need help, y'all follow me, man. Um, and-
Still there, coach?
hello, your
Yeah,
screen went
we
blank. I
just
don't know
can
what
hear you, but
happened.
we can't see you.
Y'all hear me?
We can hear you, but just can't see you.
Y'all screen. I see y'all though.
Might have to go out and come back in real quick.
Go back.
Yeah, just because exit out of the live chat, hit that link, come back in. There we go. See it. So everybody, we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. I'm saying definitely tap in with Coach Kev. You know what I'm saying well respected across this football all around. He's back in with us. Here we go. All right, we got you back, Coach.
Yeah, man. Just y'all follow me on social media, man. Big Coach Kev on IG, on Twitter, Kevin McAlmont, Kevin, last name McAlmont. And like I said, just if you need to find me, just Google or just put the hashtag in Big League, and it'll pop up for some of my work and some of the guys I've worked with. And if you need any help, if you need any advice on and off the field, parents and coaches and players, y'all come see me. You're gonna be in good hands. You're gonna get good advice. I do demand a lot when I train, man. But the only way you get confidence in sports is the weight room and training. It's the only way you get confidence. I know your mama can pray, your parents can pray, all that stuff. I get that. That's always gonna be a something to do. But the only way you get confidence for your sport is the weight room because it changes the way you look and how explosive you get and how you move, and the training. The training is detailed over and over and over and over the same things. How many reps can I get taking these steps? It's like a video game. All right, so that's it.
100%, Coach. We'll appreciate you and we'll be in contact, man. Much love and enjoy the rest of your night, Coach.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe, man.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Appreciate the vote.
There it is, Coach Kev, man. Front story. I remember meeting him the first time at Creekside. No, it was at a Pep Red Zone camp. Coach had a lot of crazy energy. That's when I knew there was something about him. But I'm gonna throw it to Naj. Close us out in your last remarks, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Y'all had the show running crazy, man. So, hey, appreciate y'all. Y'all know every Monday night we will be here. Obviously, as basketball season kind of heats up, we might be a little busy. I know next week I might be in and out. Like, I might have to leave early. But, hey, we're going to try to work around everything, man. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Another great show. Over 300 people. Y'all ran up X. 313 for me. I know at one point we had like 11 or 12 people watching on YouTube. I know Julian said his comment section was going crazy on his Instagram. So, appreciate everybody tuning in for this 2 hours and 40 minutes, man. We hope you enjoy your Monday night, and we'll see you next week for the
Silly News Podcast.
Yes, sir. We'll see y'all then, man. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Peace.
Peace.